It's Saturday morning, 15th of May. So let's say I started walking on the 20th. So it's 11 days in April. The 15th makes for 26 days, and I've had 3 days off. So it's 23 days of walking. I'm about halfway there. Apparently there's a sign somewhere today that I'll pass, and no doubt I'll photograph and video that. That's the halfway point. So, I think it's recognised that the Kalamunda hills are and those mountains are the hardest and the steepest on the trail. But I do have a couple of roller coaster days ahead of me at Beavis and Bibbulmun for ups and downs. So I'm going to have to eat some of my pack, that's for sure, because I've resupplied. And it's bloody heavy at the moment. I'd say it's every bit 25 kilos. Anyway, I need food for 5 days. I need to eat. So I've got it. I think I've got too many nut bars. So I think I'm going to have to go crazy on nut bars for a while. But Donnelly River Village was lovely. Feeding the animals was really cool, and it was nice. Had a reasonably good sleep last night when I finally got off to sleep. Vertigo is still a bit of an issue, but still trying to outrun that one. Some nice food there, nice people, and stayed in the old schoolhouse bunkhouse last night, and there were 3 of us in there, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it might have been otherwise. So today it's not too hilly. It's a few little bits of ups and downs, but I've got 16 kilometres, so a relatively easy day. It's only just after 8. I should get in there sometime after 12 and eat some nut bars along the way, lighten this pack, eat some of my pack before I get to that roller coaster section. I like the paths when they're like this, these little roads. Really good, really easy to walk on. When they get to those narrow trails, but you got to watch off. You've got to go watch out, because sometimes you only get a narrow turning that way, and you've got to go that way, and you miss it. You walk up here for another 500 metres or so before you realise, hold on, I haven't seen a woggle for quite a while. I better check, and then you realise you're off the trail, and you've done an extra kilometre by the time you realise. So, but at the moment, looks like I'm just sailing through this trail. Yep, knew it was too good to last. Across the road. Nice. Say goodbye to the nice wide trail. We got a nice narrower trail through the bushes, which is lovely actually. It doesn't look too narrow. I don't especially like those really narrow ones. Keep your eyes out all the time for tiger snakes and so on, but when they're like this, it's quite lovely. Going through the forest. I think these are still jarrahs, but they've got that vertical bark. Nice leaf litter on the ground, which makes for soft walking. Not too many of those honky nuts from the Maori trees to slip on. So definitely now the jarrah trees have given way to the curry trees. You can see very distinctive bark that strips off, and then they're quite pale or white underneath. Well, white's not really the right word, but pale is. And apparently these get really big. These are little babies here. There's a big one down there. You see there's a lot more bark on the trail than was previously. That's curry as opposed to jarrah and Maori. See? If you can see it, this little widdly wagtail has been on the path ahead of me just for about 100 metres. He just goes a few feet, a few more feet, hope his tail's alright. Maybe he's injured. There you are. There he goes. Letting me pass by. There. I've heard one before, but I just saw my first wild pig. He just ran across the trail. I wonder if I'm going to get a sign of him or he's gone into the bush now. It's probably better I don't. Definitely in the Karri forest now. So it's a much paler look to the forest than the Jarrah forest. If they're either blackened bark because of burn-offs or they're grey bark. This is lucky for me. It's just starting to rain. I'm coming into Tom Road hut. It's a 16-kilometre walk. It's been a lovely walk. The Karri forest is much more open than the Jarrah forest. And here it is. Tom Road hut. Yoo-hoo. Just in time. Get out of the rain. I don't think it'll go for very long though. We've got chopped wood ready to go. Nice. Oh, look at this. Lovely little section here. Little, I don't know what it is, river, creek, something. There's a campsite just there too. Down there. Oh. Just starting to rain, unfortunately. Probably a bit cold for a swim too. There we go, there's the hut. We're here. Sunday morning. It's Amy's birthday today. We didn't have any signal phone coverage in camp, so I sent her a satellite message, but just over that last hill I managed to get some signal so I could give her a call, so that was nice. So I had a 24-kilometre walk today, so it's a bit of a longer one than yesterday, and it's got a little bit of a hill at the beginning, but otherwise I think it's just some undulations. And apparently tomorrow and the next day are the big days. They're the people are saying some of the hardest on the trail. But they are the people that are coming from the south. You know, we've done some pretty hard days coming from the north. You know, over the Mount Vincent, Mount Cuthbert, Mount Cook. You know, some of those ups and downs that we did were over 100 metres down and then immediately 100 metres up. So I think it's something similar to that. We will see, little or big, we will see. I've stopped to have some, there's a lovely table. I stopped to have my noodles. And I've got some company. I've done it now. I like these little banana things. Oh really? You want more? You all want more? Sing to me again. I like it when you sing. They're just all... Huh? There's one. There's one. How cool is that, eh? Feeding the maggies. If I wait a minute, they'll start singing. Remind me they're here. How's that? Just I'm here. Did you forget me? Do it again. Oh, hello. Oh, yes. All right. Yeah. All right, that's it, boys and girls. You've had enough. I'm packing up. Here we go, another suspension bridge. Bridge limit, maximum of 4. Well, we've got 3. We've got Kevin, me and my pack. That's a bit bouncy. Oh, Joe, you'd love this. Oh, that's okay. It's all right today, actually. Whoa. Okay, we've made it. Look at that. 501 kilometres to Kalamunda, 501 kilometres to Albany. We are at the halfway point.
Oh no, I dropped my wallet in Kalamunda.
I mean Kevin and I. There's Kev. Kev, look at that. Look at that beard. It's coming in nicely now. The halfway point on the trail. I'm there. This is an interesting bridge. A little bit like One Tree Bridge where I stopped for lunch and fed the magpies. It just looks like a massive tree has been felled over the river and some planks put on top of it. See this tree under the planks there. Anyway, I'm nearly at boarding house. Oh, look, the stairs. Oh, fancy. Bush stairs. That means I'm close to something. I don't just have those out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so that's where I walk out tomorrow to Beavis. That's meant to be a fairly steep trail, lots of ups and downs. We've got the table has been dug up, and it's got plenty of construction going on. I'm sure there'll be a tent site somewhere. So there's boarding house hut. And just walking up to my tent. There's the dunny in there. There's my little tent. Go up the path. It's only 5:15, but I'm going to have an early night tonight. I'm going to a few exercises and maybe read my book. It's been raining, so hopefully it's not wet and sad. Okay, another early start today. It's just got light. It's only 7 o'clock. I got up about 6 and packed up. Only because we've got a, fairly roller coaster day. Everybody's been talking about Beavis, 20 kilometres. Doesn't sound too bad, but that's the 150 metre descends, then ascents immediately afterwards. That's well, that and the 20 kilo pack on my back. That's what adds the challenge to it. Apparently there's 60% chance of storms too today, so let's hope for the 40%. I feel like I'm in a bit of a tunnel here. It's quite nice. Look, it's dead straight. Goes for ages. It's cool today. It's been cool recently since dwelling up. You know, the 27, 28 degree days that I had in the first 9 days, they've gone. It's now cooler to walk. It's really a lot less sun cream being used, a lot less water being consumed. But it's still nice. I don't need a jumper, but I do have my pack cover on because there's some, like I said, 60% chance of rain. But only a shirt. It's nice. I haven't seen a woggle for a while, but I'm really hoping I'm on the path. But I'm just down the bottom of a hill, and I've got, well, I suppose bridge is what you call this. Let's negotiate this first. Okay, there's the lovely bridge. It's again a tree bridge, fallen tree across there. I thought these were discarded stairs when I first came. They look a little bit wonky. Bridge is very much over one side, but that's solid. Cool. Oh, look at it going up. It's like a bend in the tree. Wow. Okay, let's not fall off here, if possible. Okay. All right, it's getting slippery. I've got to put the camera away. But very interesting. Oh, this is going to be fun. I just had to go on hands and knees to get under some bushes. But there's a big one. Then right down, get that back. Made it. You know what they say about crossing water? When you cross water, there's only one way to go, and that's up. It's a nice little stream. Probably still, well, I don't know, probably the Donnelly River. A few little mini rapids here. Lovely sound, isn't it? Well, up, and up. Again, 130, 140 metres fairly quickly. So yeah, getting my breath back now. Generally this walk's been pretty good today. You know, a lot of people say it's a roller coaster ride, and sort of telling you about it. I think a lot of those northbound walkers are going to get very surprised when they get to Mount Cook, Mount Vincent, Mount Cuthbert and the Kalamunda Hills. There's a lot of roller coasters there. The early stage was pretty good today, I thought. Actually, went up the first hill and I was doing 5 kilometres in my first hour, so that's a good pace. The other thing about here today is the paths have been really wide. So that makes it a lot easier. Some of those ones at Mount Cuthbert and Mount Vincent are little windy paths that go up and, you're stepping up. This has been a reasonably wide path the whole time. So we've got a fairly full hut tonight at Beavis Camp. Group of 5 heading north, group of 3 heading south. Yeah, I'm not sure I really want to swim in that water hole. Tuesday the 18th. It was raining heavily last night from about 4 o'clock. It was pounding on the roof of the hut. I'm glad I put the tent in the hut last night. Lazy start to the day. Today, I only left the hut about 8:25, 8:20, and I've got a 22 kilometre walk, which is meant to be quite a lot of ups and downs, but I don't think it's got the same degree of inclination as yesterday's walk, especially that one uphill. That was a really good one. It just kept going up and up and up and up. That was tiring. Just listening to the birds. Here's something you don't see every day. A Kari Mari tree. Look, they're joined together. Kari on the right and Mari on the left. Mari's the one with the honky nuts, I think. It's pretty cool. Very nice. Proves we can get along. And down here, from the sound of that, is a little waterfall. We'll see, little or big, we'll see. And down the little waterfall. This is Bibbulmun Falls, and there's a nice railed walk around here. I think that's to do with the resort that's in the area. It's quite nice. But I've got 1.6 kilometres to go to the camp, and we're going to push on. This is a little bit different for Wednesday the night. Oh, that's a little bit different. Stay away from that. Quite a lot. Anyway, Wednesday the 19th. I've got 25 kilometres to walk into Pemberton. I'm about, not quite an hour into the walk, and the trail has just taken me into these paddocks, lovely green paddocks with a fence running through it, and the trail just next to the fence. It's a big curry tree. Not sure 4 people could get their arms around that one. This is nice through here. This is a dam. It supplies the water for Pemberton. And I'm following a tarred path around. I've got about 6 kilometres to go to Pemberton, and I've got a big hill still to go. I'm in the little town of Pemberton, and I just went down to the whiskey bar, but it's closed till 5 o'clock, which is more than an hour away, so I'm not going to wait for that. I'll go up to the cafe and have something, and I'm thinking the tapas bar. So it's a very funky little town with tapas bars and whiskey bars, and one butcher and one petrol station, about 3 or 4 cafes. So I'd finished stage 5 and arrived in civilization in Pemberton. This pool was freezing, but wonderful to soak my poor aching feet. I managed to wash all my clothes, even my stinky gloves, and managed to wash myself as well. I very much enjoyed a night in a proper bed in a motel, and managed a lovely dinner at the pub. The next day I indulged in a big breakfast and frequented some of those cafes that were in town, filling up on some carbs that I needed greatly for the next stage. The tapas bar was one of my favourites. I managed a couple of wines and some lovely food, and I managed to enjoy the little things and get ready for stage 6.